that YouTube does.
And
You get a
shalom,
nice
family.
preview.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video, share this video because, man, this mpox stuff is just getting out of control. Like, tell them, it's really getting out of control.
The big M.
Like, it's crazy.
We should say it properly and say the propaganda of it is out of control, because
Yeah,
the quote unquote virus itself is not really out of control when you look at the number side of things. I don't think I would qualify that as out of control. Most biologists, doctors wouldn't either. But you know what I saw on the Diary of a CEO podcast? By the way, y'all should check out that podcast. They have like the best experts, okay? But in the podcast they did like 4 weeks ago, a doctor came out and he said he doesn't care what happens to him. He's going to tell the world that what they did with the COVID-19 injections was wrong, and that it was a scam, and that they need to stand up. He published that 4 weeks ago, and here we are a month later.
hmm
And so I think what's going to happen when they try to initiate this next phase of what potentially could be lockdowns, what potentially could be injections, what could be all these strange things that they tried to put in place the way that they did last time. I think what's going to happen is that the world is going to be divided, because some countries, similar to the one we're in now, their economies were desolated by being closed for 2 years. Like, people
exactly.
just aren't going with that. There are going to be those societies that do, but there's also going to be those that are like, no, I'm not falling for this
Yeah,
again.
because it hurt our economy so much. We had to rebuild. So, yeah, it's a lot of people just going to stand up. I'm pretty sure. So that's the question for you guys. Are you going to stand up against the lie and stand with the truth, or are you just gonna just fold and just be just go with the flow?
Right.
Yeah, of the main news.
Yeah. And this is something that we feel is important to share and to keep our community updated with, because now that we have all survived C9, knowing how that went down and remembering some of those things, remembering the documentaries we've seen, looking at the studies we've seen, we as a community need to be aware of how they're propagandaizing this, if that's a word, and their moves, so that we know how to move. You know, the Bible itself says we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So we
Exactly.
need
So
to
please don't
understand
be
how to
ignorant.
move in these
Yeah,
times.
don't be ignorant. Don't be a fool. Um, because it's not time for that. It's really time to really step up for truth and follow the
Hmm.
truth. Like
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Because, you know, I suspect it's just a little while till people are like, okay, I'm going to start wearing a mask again.
Yeah. Like really.
And that, even when that happened, it was just really idiotic, because you need oxygen to
hmm
survive. And the way that microbiology works, when you're in an open space, you're outside. You don't need a mask outside. Typically in the hospital, because I used to work in healthcare, the person with the mask would be the sick person, or the nurse assistant who is going near the sick person. But once that person is quarantined and they're out the way, you don't wear the mask through the whole hospital. In fact, we would get in trouble for doing that because it would spread infection.
hmm So yeah, you gotta listen. But yes, greetings, Bantu, Lisa, Shalom. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video when you enter the chat. And yeah, we got some articles to read about what's really going on, and yeah, leave your comments in the comment section. We got G over here dancing to her music. So yeah,
Enjoying her little African life.
right.
But you know, this is crazy, because just as I was saying, there are going to be masks. Look at this image. I wish we could like plaster this image, but you guys do your research. In Delhi, India, they're showing the same way they did in China. What did we
Mm.
say? This is what we, in week two of them declaring this a public emergency, a world global emergency. They're saying, look it up, Delhi, India, mpox outbreak. They have images of people walking around with
Mhm.
masks on.
Yeah, they talk about guidelines. You remember the 6 feet? You gotta be 6 feet apart.
Oh gosh, please don't start that
Like,
again. I
ain't that so
forgot
crazy? Like,
that.
we was literally have to be 6 feet apart. You gotta wear a mask. They was teaching people how to wash your hands properly. What else?
And then the aggression of people.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I remember. The
people,
aggression of
you try
people.
to say what's up to somebody here, back up. Whoa, 6 feet, 6 feet. I'm like, oh man, this is great.
Oh gosh. Horrible times. I would, you wish you
Social
could say good
distancing,
times, but it's
exactly.
really, they're strange memories.
Yeah,
They're
but
very strange
yeah,
memories.
but we gotta realize that we went through that and realize that. So you just gotta learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Just don't
Ooh,
repeat it.
don't repeat. Oh, please don't repeat it. And there will be those who are part of the sheeple that do. And it's unfortunate, but the few remnant folks that are on this channel, y'all gonna get it. We know y'all gonna get it. But we do have some new developments. But we also we're talking about homeschool. We're talking about the Obamas endorsing Kamala. We're talking about Trump and Biden and Harris and the folks, because all of these things are going to play in to what your life looks like in the West in the next few months, to be honest. And so we got to talk about it. We have to understand the things that are going on. So let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
First, with mpox. So I'm reading the financialexpress.com. It says, now listen to this headline. Is mpox the next global pandemic? C19 lockdown, deaths, cases, injections. Not the V word. So it says the V word, but I'm saying injections. So they say the outbreak, the surge in cases has put health authorities across the world on high alert. On Wednesday, Thailand reported an mpox case in a European man who arrived from Africa. According to a report by The Independent, the man is believed to be infected by clade 1, which is deadlier and more transmissible. The outbreak was first reported in Africa and the Middle East, but now the virus is spreading to other parts of the world. Following the rise in the cases, the World Health Organization declares the ongoing outbreak as a global emergency.
It's
Visit our
emergency.
last live videos for what we think about that. Now, from the data, so last time we reported on this yesterday and a few days ago, the main areas on the map were Congo, Central African Republic, Burundi, Rwanda, Kenya, countries in those areas. But now they have also added South Africa to the list, and Cameroon, and Liberia, and Nigeria.
Mm.
Just in the last 24 hours, they've added these to the list. And so that's what we're saying. This is why we want to follow this type of propaganda closely, not because we fear mpox or whatever or anything like that, but because of what we think they're going to do with these
Yeah,
lockdowns.
and we see. Go.
It's okay, Gigi. What we think they're about to do with these lockdowns, because they're trying to make this spread like wildfire. And I think just the propaganda of it is spreading quicker than the actual whatever it is itself. And with our family, what we like to do, what we did during C19, we never had C19, we never had anything like that. We were healthy during all of those times. What we did, we would feed our children honey and turmeric with a little bit of black pepper, drink tea, and you're good. As long as you don't have super horrible comorbidities, then you're usually good if you're not already sick. But this is very interesting that these new developments are talking about, like Liberia, they're talking about Nigeria, they're talking about Pakistan, they're talking about New Delhi, India, which to me is weird. I actually want to look into that more to see what exactly, because I remember in 2019, 2020, we would see all these pictures coming from Wuhan, China, and you would see people falling out with masks, and you would see all these things, and you're starting to see similar pictures in India, which is strange because not that many cases are there, but it just makes you wonder, like, what exactly are y'all trying to say? What are y'all trying to do? And it's one of those questions that's rhetorical. We obviously know what they're trying to do. It's not a mystery what they're trying to do. They just, they just continue to do it. So yeah, y'all, they're showing people that have masks, gloves. They're showing these tents that they have to be outside. Of course, they're showing African people. They're showing brown people. They're saying there's a 19% rise in deaths. They're talking about how it's in Indonesia, how China, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Pakistan. And so, I think they just don't want people to travel. And so you can travel during a pandemic, by the way. We did it. And it was no issue. It was no problem at all. But you're going to have to choose to be fearless in these times and just believe and have faith, because most of the stuff the way the disease works, it really doesn't affect you unless you have comorbidities or unless you're really stressed and fearful. Okay. And so that's why we're like, here is a solution. One, the solution is to not freak out. Two, the solution is to see through what they're saying, to see what they're saying, to look into it, and then to see through to understand the underlying narrative. Because there's something they're trying to push. They don't want people traveling. They don't want people being free and going to Africa. They don't want people becoming digital nomads because there has been a huge uptick in people becoming digital nomads from America. Whites, blacks, don't matter who it is. Everybody's like, I'm out of here with this crazy inflation. I'm getting rid of this house. I'm liquidating this stuff. Why am I going to sit here and play these games with y'all after y'all just accidentally announced, oh, whoops, we misaccounted 818,000 jobs that did not go in real life to the American market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I just came in, but you said stress and fear, fear and stress. That's a big thing because if you stressed and you're fearful, that's gonna cause sickness. That's like the recipe for
Yep.
pretty much witchcraft and spell casting that they're trying to do. So you gotta realize, like, man, in the spirit, you can't be fearful, you can't be stressed out. You know, if you stressed out, it's gonna cause something. It's gonna cause gray hair and stuff. You get what I'm saying? So you really gotta be at peace.
Yeah.
You know, you really gotta seek peace. You really gotta just relax and know that the Most High is just leading and guiding you to what needs to be done. And this fearing is not it. As his fear increased, your faith should be way more than it was 2 minutes ago.
Right. And you know what? The thing about fear comes because of a lack of knowledge and a lack of education. But if you begin to understand microbiology, if you begin to see through the propaganda and understand, oh, this really isn't that big of a problem. So if it's not that big of a problem, what are you actually trying to do here? Then you're going to be more confident and more equipped to go through the various places in the earth that you're called to go, to homeschool, to shift your business, to transition, to sell your house, whatever move you're about to make. Because the reality is, people right now, humans across the earth, are thinking, do I want to continue to take part of the Western system? Do I want to continue to do that? Eastern countries are like, BRICS, look, we getting sick of y'all. We getting sick of the West. We getting sick of the dollar. We're getting sick of all this stuff. The West is falling. And so this is like their last little ounce of control. Like, let's just throw anything out and see who we can control before we go out.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think about. Like they really can control certain type of people.
They can. They
And
can. It's like tentacles.
it's like it's mind blowing.
Mhm.
So please don't be controlled. Please don't be controlled because it's different levels to it too. You gotta know which level you on and which level you're fighting on for for you not to be controlled. Like just don't just don't fall for it. We already see everything that they have
Yep.
done. They told us, oh, COVID, whatever, and then you realize it's a lie. They tell us 9/11 and stuff, and
Oh
there's a lot
man.
of information behind that where
Thank you,
it's a lot of stuff
baby.
that didn't make sense. So
For me.
um, they tell us
Thank
what
you.
else? Oh, they're trying to erase our history with slavery and stuff like that out of the educational books. Like it's crazy. So it really come down to, are you gonna believe what they tell you, or are you really gonna seek the peace of the Most High and seek the truth of the Most High? Because it's not time to just fall for everything. Because if you fall for everything, you will stand for nothing. Like really.
Yeah, that's a fact. You absolutely will. Because these times you have to be aware, you have to be alert, you have to see through the propaganda and decide for yourself what you're going to do and not, like you said, not be controlled. But for if you're someone that knows you've been controlled in the past, you know you tend to believe anything CNN says, you have pressure from family, from friends, from coworkers that are like, yeah, But they're telling us the truth on the news. We or even with the presidential stuff, they're like, oh, vote Republican, oh, vote Democrat, oh, do this. Y'all opt out of the system. Just completely opt out of it. Do not partake of it. It's a circus. It's
Really.
literally a Greek circus, the descendants
Mm-hmm.
of the Grecians 3.0, the next generation circus that they just want you to continue to be a part of. You've already seen what's coming with the Olympics.
Yeah.
You see that with the opening and the closing ceremony. And so you don't have much space for, oh, I think it's not really Mystery Babylon. It's not really
Mm-hmm.
Sodom and Gomorrah. No. Yes, it 100,000,000% is. And they just made a covenant with our people because our people took part in the Olympics and they said, yes, we're going to come up on these stages and we're going to be a part of this. Beyonce was opening it with a onesie on. We there's just so much different stuff that's going on. By the way, just look into I can't even say it like that. Okay. Look into the future president's roots in the village. I'll put it like that. Just literally I'll put it like that because there are so many things happening right now and our people cannot afford to continue to be
That'd be great.
distracted by propaganda.
Yeah,
We
like really.
it's expensive to be distracted.
This is all they want to do is distract you, confuse you, and keep you in their hand. Like really, are you gonna be in their hand or the Most High's hand? Like it's literally time to choose. It's literally time to choose. Who are you gonna serve? Are you gonna serve the Most High or are you gonna serve man
Yeah, I could
and
hear
the
you.
government and the system that they're pushing? Like really,
Oh, yeah.
and you can't be
Okay.
scared. Exactly, you can't be scared to come home. Like
Mm.
really, like what is it? I know they put so much fear and shame in us, where it's literally like down to us and our children, but it's time to break the cycle. It's time to get these curses off. It's time to get these curses off. Like really, it's
Yeah.
not time to be stuck in the curse. Like oh, I
Yeah.
I know that I'm cursed. I see that I'm cursed, and you know it's okay, but it's not okay. It's really time to get off. Just get rid of it. You really do. Just get rid of these curses
Yeah,
because it's holding
absolutely.
you back. It's really holding you back to the Most High's promise and His abundance. Like really,
Yeah.
because he's putting the right people in the right positions, and we just trying
Right.
to we trying to let people know like it is time for our people to step up and get ready for what's to come. You can't be prepared unless you've been through some stuff.
Mm. Yeah.
Like really,
That's good. Yeah. And even talking to some of the clients in Dream Life Africa,
Tiana, stop it.
because a lot of people have signed up recently because they're feeling that pressure. It's Q4 of the year, pretty much. It's pretty much almost October, about 30 days away or so. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to Nigeria. I'm going to Sierra Leone. I'm going to Ethiopia. People are like, I don't really care where it is in Africa, but I guarantee you that I'm not going to stand around for the next phase of whatever it is that America has got coming down the pipeline. And that's the wisest decision because with these blue passports, as we say in multiple videos, you can have your own reparations by having a 60% lower cost of living by investing in real estate abroad. Real estate is insanely affordable abroad. By just living as a regular human, living an organic life the way we have been, and countless hundreds, thousands of others, African diaspora, have been for years. And our family, we have left America and we never went back ever. And we'll continue on that path
Exactly.
because of the strategies we put in place.
And we really believed it. We told the Most High we not going back,
Yeah.
and we really like doing it. So it's really that serious when you say something. If you say, "Hey, I want to move to Africa," and then you
You
come
want to hear sorry?
just say you say, "Hey, I want to move to Africa," and then you come visit. Come on, you gotta keep your word. Just move. Just move.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Yeah, it's too simple. You know, with our people, because of the curses, when something is too simple, we self sabotage.
Yeah.
Our brains go to self sabotage because we're neurologically, programmed to self sabotage after surviving Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68.
Yeah.
We are programmed to self sabotage. That's why it's so hard. And, it's been like this for thousands of years. It's been like that because you can look in the Bible where Yahusha says he went to the tribe of Judah, he went to his people, and what did they say? They didn't believe him. They said, "Are
Mm-hmm.
you blaspheming Yah?" And he's like, "Are you kidding?" But they couldn't fathom that Yah was that good, that he was that great.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't fathom it. And it's the same exact thing. They can't even fathom it. Our people literally are just on a hamster wheel of mental curses.
Exactly, man. Get off the hamster wheel. And that's literally what it is. Just take that step off the hamster wheel. Like really. Just step off and you'll be good.
Yeah, you have to. You literally have to. Like, it's not optional at this rate. Our people, and we made a video earlier today and posted it to the regular video tab. Go ahead and check that out. By the way, we see 53 people in the room. We would just absolutely be so thankful if you could just tap that like button. It's free. It'll just take like half a split second. We would just love that and share this video. But we did a video earlier talking about how our people are in crisis.
Mm.
The Black community is in a crisis. It has been in a perpetual crisis, but it's even more so in a crisis state now. One, because the Venezuelan gangs that people have reported, our community has reported. We look at the comments, people say, yes, this is happening in Colorado. Yes, whoa, this is in California. Oh, this is in my state. Oh, this is in Florida.
Yeah, New
The
York, all of yeah,
CNN won't report
everywhere.
this because they want you to be out of reality. They want you to not see the destruction coming. They want to say peace, peace, and then sudden destruction. That's written. That's the word. And so if we believe that America has anything else for us than sudden destruction, then we're on cloud nine in a different reality. And we have to really ask to see Earth, to see America, to see Africa, to see the world as the Most High sees it. Because the only place of safety is Africa.
Mm-hmm. Like really. And we see it, we believe it,
We stand firm
we
on
know
that.
it. People in the comments that's in Africa or people in the live chat, let us know if you believe it too.
Yeah.
And because I know some people have been walking it and they haven't really went back to America and they know like, man, this is it. This is way bigger than what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, exactly. For
It's
sure.
way bigger.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful we have this community where we can talk amongst each other and report real reality news to each other because we know we can't trust CNN. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't been able to trust them since they came out in the 1960s, 70s, whenever they came out. We ain't never been able to trust them. And so this is what Journey with Us is for. This is exactly what it's for, so that we as a people can journey together and
Mm-hmm.
leave this Babylonian system behind, leave the LGBT trans, all them folks behind,
Exactly.
leave the capitalism behind.
You got
It's
to.
such a lower stress level, almost non-existent stress when you're not tens of thousands of dollars in debt to some capitalist society.
Ooh,
When
that's
you're
a
when
whole
you
nother
don't have a
conversation.
mortgage
Yeah.
that's tied to the day that you die, because mortgage, the term literally means pay it until you're dead. So why would I be excited to get a mortgage? Hmm? Why would I be excited to never be able to take a road trip and see this beautiful earth that the Most High has created?
Hallelujah. Right here.
You have to go on adventures. You have to live. You have to live for the Most High and to see this beautiful earth. We're not meant to be strapped to a desk 24/7.
Yeah, it's that freedom. Like, man, once you get a little taste of freedom,
You never go back.
yeah, really,
You don't go back.
you have to have that. You gotta seek that freedom, and it's here for you. It's just waiting on you. Like, really, freedom is not that hard to find.
It's really not. It's so simple. And like we were saying earlier, the simplicity of it is difficult. Simplicity is hard for people that have gone through what we've gone through. And yet the Most High says, greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. So, our people, you just have to choose to believe what his report is.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 53, he says, to whom has the arm of Yahuwah been revealed? To who has he been revealed to? Not many, because a lot of our people just don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
They just literally don't believe. People will be strung out on drugs, strung out in different sins, strung out in different iniquity, strung out in homosexuality, strung out in all of these various things, and not just letting Yahusha be enough, letting the blood be enough.
Yep.
Our people have a difficult time with that.
You really gotta meditate on that scripture. Greater is he that is in you than in the world.
Than he that's in the world, yeah.
Like literally, like really think about that. Like you really gotta think about that.
Yep.
Just move with the root.
Yep. And by the way, this is an excellent time to homeschool, guys. It's an excellent time during the pandemic thing. We homeschooled, and our children, they were safe. You don't have to worry about no crazy masks, no crazy this, no LGBT trans men in the bathroom capturing your daughters. You don't got to worry about none of that crap when you homeschool. You have no worries. And more than that, we believe it's a mandate from the Most High in these seasons and in these last days to homeschool. There is a time to allow our children to go to school and teach. There is a time for all things under the sun. But this is the season of keep your children home and get them uprooted, or get them rooted up in the word, so that they're going to have something to fight these entities and these things as they return to the earth.
Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be. It's gonna be right in your face.
Absolutely. It's coming back. It's like these things are returning to the earth, and you got to be ready. And it's coming through multiple entities, multiple avenues. But let's get to the next topic, y'all. Have y'all seen the Obamas make their return? Leave an 8 in the comment if you saw the Obamas make their return. Okay, I just want to know. Maybe we're young, so maybe this is new for us. I don't know. Do previous presidents usually like make a return like that and like pump up the running president for either side, either party? Like when Bill Clinton ran, did the previous president like try and like push him up more, or is this like a new era? Is this a new era of stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. This
I don't know either.
Yeah, but they returned, and it seemed like the crowd wanted them more than Kamala.
They did.
So I'm pretty sure the Obamas would be right there above Kamala like this, just controlling her.
And you know what? The prophecy went out from Master's Voice Prophecy blog because, she prophesied by the Spirit of the Most High. And if y'all don't watch that blog, you probably should, because she is a prophetess ordained by the Most High, commissioned from his throne. She prophesied that this would happen. And it's like, whoa, this is interesting. This is really going down like this. Like, okay, that's not just something you see every day. It's past happenstance. And so and if you're somebody who cannot get in your mind how to discern true prophecy, please go fast, because it's too late in these day and times to not know how to discern who is of the Most High and who is not. It's too late. You don't have time to be this confused with the word. You just don't have time. When prophecy is coming to pass over and over, quicker and quicker. Seriously, every 10 seconds you look up, it's a new prophecy coming to pass. If you can discern and perceive it. A lot of our people, like we say in our previous videos, they have white America in their heart, or they have whatever idol it is in their heart that's blocking them from receiving the truth of Yah, where he's saying, yes, I'm going to get rid of this nation. Yes, I'm going to judge them. Yes, I'm going to appoint someone over them. And you know what? If you read your Bible, you'll go back and understand every ancient great kingdom, from Egypt to Greece to Persia to all of the great kingdoms. They were overthrown by a different upcoming kingdom. And this is literally that era. Like, there have been so many changes. We don't even have time to reiterate all the changes America has gone through just in the past 4 years. America used to look very much white European. America nowadays looks very, very much Eastern Indian. America looks different. America looks very different. Mexican, Venezuelan, but all these folks coming in and our people still the bottom of the totem pole. And so it's just like, what are we waiting for? Are we just going to continue to wait around and vote Democrat? And then, the worst thing about all this is just the DNC conventions where they just have this debauchery everywhere. It's just a hot mess. You just look at it and it's like, why are you guys like this? Why are we like this as a people? There has to come a day and a time where we say enough is enough. We need to get our plane tickets and diversify and build options outside of the West and get back to a real organic way of living. Thank you so much, Free Brew One, for the super chat. We deeply appreciate you.
Yes, Asante Sana, thank you. Mercy.
Y'all, it's coming to a time you're going to have to choose. Do you want to continue to be a part of that system when you have freedom and options elsewhere? Or do you want to be left behind? Do you want to be left behind? I'm telling you, they're not just in our community. There's European Americans, people from all over that are looking at the state of America and they're like, I'm getting out of here. Not only America, the UK and Germany as well. People are like, okay, this doesn't make sense. I need to leave Western society altogether and go somewhere towards the East because the Eastern nations have a better lifestyle than America. And by better, I don't mean that they're wealthier. Better does not equate to wealth. Better is where can I find peace? Better is where can I function as a human was supposed to function from the foundations of the earth. That is better. When I say better, I don't mean BMWs, Hummer limos. That's not better. That's vanity. That's empty. What I'm talking about is where can I function as a human, as an ethical, moral person of society? And like, yes, exactly, Ricky, have a higher quality of life. That higher quality does not necessarily, now you can't have a BMW if you want, but that's not higher quality of life. A higher quality of life is what is the food like that I'm eating? Are my children safe? Are people shooting at me when I go outside? Are my children going to be shot out when they go to school? Is there going to be a trans man in the bathroom waiting to capture my son or daughter? These are actual questions. And to say anything less is to just not be in reality at this rate. It's just not reality if we don't recognize this world for what it is. And when I say the world, I completely mean the West because most of these things take place in the West, especially America and France. France has already shown that with the opening ceremonies and the closing ceremonies. I mean, they topped it all off. We didn't even expect to see that type of debauchery on international television and everyone bowing down to it like that.
Just allowing it.
Just allowing it. They love it. They love it. Anything else you want to say? Yeah. I think I'm gonna eat mine. We went to the store today to get this lasagna that has spinach in it. So I think I'm gonna warm some of that up, eat some of that. It'll be pretty good, those veggies. Oh yeah, I forgot the fish. Thank you. Yeah, let's do that. Fish and like a baked potato. I forgot to get the sour cream. Maybe cream cheese will do. And some cold juice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all we wanted to talk about, guys. Just be diligent in these last days. Stay humble, seek peace.
Yep.
Know where this is headed. Like we already know what's going on, so just don't be a fool. Understand the time that you're in. Like really,
Mm.
really.
Discern the times. Have peace. Move in authority and power. Don't be afraid and think that only America is the only viable country in the world to thrive. First of all, you don't thrive in America. You're just barely surviving. When you come out of America, that's thriving. That's seeing what Eden was like. That's the closest we can get to being back to the Garden of Eden, returning to places that are filled with nature, filled with organic living, filled with children, a society that doesn't despise children, where humanity was supposed to be, the innocence and the simplicity of humanity before it was destroyed. So, share, like, subscribe, hit the like button for the last time if you're just coming in, and be blessed. We will talk to you in another video.
Shalom.